Hello, beauteous little beings. I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm just doing a short little reflection and offering for practice today, and mostly because I'm feeling more compelled to do more offering of visualizations and meditations and things like that instead of just yoga. So what I'm going to offer you is a grounding, and then I'm going to bring you through a complete sun salutation. And then I'd like all of you to bring yourself through that sun salutation at least 5 more times, remembering that sun salutations are a complete yoga practice. And knowing that there's a lot of beauty and simplicity sometimes, and that you can get to the same result many different ways. And I think what we're all seeking right now is movement, holding on to our practice of staying grounded and present and finding our breath, and then also being able to come to a place of meditation. So no one really has an excuse right now for not finding time to meditate. And I am guilty of that in a normal day. And so I'm inviting everyone to really pause and reflect on how you can come inside to find the peace that we are grasping for, which will never come from outside. We can find tools to help bring us there, but ultimately it always comes back to our own being and what we have inside of us to accomplish the work. I'm going to send or post a picture of this book. I've had this book since my divorce, so that's about 6 years actually this month. And it's by a woman named Pema Chodron. Some of you may know who she is. She is an extremely well-known Buddhist nun who has passed on the Tibetan meditation from her master. And her story is very, very interesting because of who she is. She was married with children and found a whole new calling, and her teachings are very real to our lives and very accessible. The book that I'm holding, she has a few, but the book that I'm holding is called Living Beautifully with Uncertainty and Change. And I certainly believe that we are in times of uncertainty and change, and that we would all love to live as beautifully as we possibly can within all of that. So I invite you to look her up and maybe browse through her books to see something that might resonate with you. Again, she has more than one, and all of her teachings are very beautiful. So that's my invitation today. And now if we could start out seated on our mats.
Courage of conviction in everything you do, 'cause every little action only falls onto you. I don't want excuses.
And just noticing yourself in this space.
Far too many people.
Here we are in this space and time, in this body and this environment. But the deeper part of us has been the same through all transitions in our lives. It was the same now as it was the day we were born. And when we get quiet and we sit together, we work to find that space. And just for a moment as you pause here in the stillness, just imagine that you are simply light. You are not a being in flesh and blood, you are just light. And just notice what color comes to mind for that light. And when you imagine yourself as just this light, removing yourself from the confines of your being, it allows you freedom from what we identify with as our body, our minds, and our emotions. Pure light. And your only awareness right now is simply on this light. Feel your light expanding in rays in all directions. And acknowledge that you are this light. There is this being, and there is you, and at the core of all that is your light. Start to count your inhales to 4 and your exhales to 8. And now you're still working with that breath, letting go of that light image in your mind and opening your eyes so you can see yourself in your space. And I want you to stay with the counted breath and just start to move seated. So there could be upper body circles going one direction, and then the other. There could be a swaying side to side. You're just finding seated movement. And then start to open and close your mouth a few times. Let go of that counted breath. And now we'll take a big inhale through the nose, sweep the arms to the sky so that the fingers touch. Exhale through your mouth, slide your hands to heart. Let all the breath out. And now you're doing 5 more of those. It's a big movement of the hands up overhead, and then as they slide to heart, complete exhale. And then after that 5th exhale, you'll bring your hands back down and you'll find that seated movement again. Maybe you close your eyes. So the really amazing thing about doing this yoga with me, only audio, is that you can close your eyes the whole practice. And there is no experience of practicing yoga that can bring you deeper than when you are completely within. Closing out the vision simply within your body and your breath. Still seated movement. And now sweeping the feet to one side so that you can come to tabletop, bringing wrists under the shoulders and knees under the hips. Now moving in a way here that feels good. So again, now it's instead of seated, swaying and movement, you're just finding yourself, finding movement of yourself in the space. It doesn't matter what you do. You're just finding movement. And now bringing big toes together, the knees open wide, sinking the hips back to the heels, coming into child's pose. And in your child's pose, find movement. And then neutral tabletop. Let's take the right foot forward between the hands, flip the back toes, lift that knee, step the left foot up to meet the right, come into forward fold at the top of your mat. Knees are bent, head and arms are heavy. Inhale, hands to halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and then bend the knees so you can walk your hands to your thighs and then gently press your way up to stand. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, fingers touch, lift your gaze. Exhale, slide hands to heart. Inhale, fingertips reach for the sky. Exhale, open the arms wide, hinge in your hips, swan dive to forward fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step the right foot back and drop the knee. Left foot back, drop the knee, knees down, plank. Big breath in. On the exhale, lower down to the mat in one straight line. Plant the hands right under the shoulders. Inhale, lift up to cobra. Keep the inhale going as you lift the hips, flip the toes. Exhale to downward facing dog. Pause in your down dog for 3 rounds of breath. You can walk your dog. And then after that third exhale, walking your feet all the way to the top of the mat, finding forward fold on the exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep hinging in the hips so you walk the hands to the thighs. Nice straight legs, nice straight back. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Fingers touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the fingertips to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Keep the legs a little bit straighter. Inhale, bend the knees. Step the left foot back. Drop the knee. Right foot back. Drop the knee. Knees down, plank. Big breath in, and on the exhale, lower to the mat. Plant the hands under the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift to cobra. Keep lifting, flip the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, walk the feet to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Keep the legs as straight as you can. Now, each time that you forward fold, you're working for that hamstring stretch if you keep your legs nice and straight. Bend the knees a lot. Hands to the thighs. Make your way up to stand. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. That's one complete round. And now we're going to do one more round together. And you'll alternate the 2 rounds. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to fold. Plant the hands, step the right foot back, lunge. Plant the hands, left foot back, plank. Lower the knees, lower to the mat. Plant the hands, inhale, cobra. Flip the toes, lift the knees, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, walk to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, hands to the thighs, press your way up to stand. Keep that inhale going as you sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Plant the hands, step the left foot back, lunge, back knee up or down. Sweep the right foot back, plank. Lower the knees, lower to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, walk to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, hands to your thighs. Gently press your way up to stand. Fingers to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause here. Left hand over heart center, right hand stacked on top. Just feel your body. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath. Feel sensation on your skin. Imagine that light. You are emanating bright light. And now bringing yourself through that sun salutation. There's 2 without the lunge, 2 with the lunge. 2 more without the lunge, 2 with the lunge. If you forget, do the best that you can. And now you've finished. You've paused the recording and finished your rounds of sun salutations. It's time to come down on your mat. I want you to really pay attention to your body and what it's telling you it needs for stretching. As long as you add in a twist of some sort, everything is complete. If you'd like to be in legs up the wall for Shavasana, I encourage that. We'll do a guided visualization today to start, and then you can rest in your Shavasana for as long as you want after that. So just taking time right now to get as comfortable as possible. And once you get settled, closing your eyes and letting the breath be really effortless. We'll once again imagine our bodies just as beams of light, but this time we'll work with the chakras and the lights that are, or the colors that are associated with each chakra. And so it will be a little bit like you imagine your body just as light, and it's as if you're stacking those lights on top of each other to match up in your body where they would be. And then you become this tower of light. And if you're lying down, which I assume most of you are, then it's as if it's you lying down. So our first chakra is the root chakra, and that will be at the base of the space between the tailbone and your two sits bones. And you're simply imagining vibrant red light. And again, this light emanates in all directions. This light represents your groundedness, and silently stating, I am safe. I am safe. I take care of all my needs. And now imagining just above that a beautiful orange light. And this light rests about 2 inches below your belly button. This orange light represents your vibrancy, your creativity, your sensuality. Nothing contains these lights. These lights are fully able to emanate without any blockages, any difficulty. Just above that orange light is a bright yellow light. This light represents who you are, your values, your confidence, your ability to move smoothly through this life. Resting just above this light is a beautiful green light. This is the chakra connected with your heart, where your ability to love and have compassion comes from. Above this green light is a beautiful blue, sky blue light right at the throat. This chakra represents your ability to communicate smoothly. I am a good communicator. I am able to express myself in a healthy way. And rising up a little bit higher, right where the eyebrows come together, your third eye chakra. Imagine an indigo light. And this light represents your ability to see clearly, to see beyond what is just before your eyes, to find clarity, your ability to be intuitive, and last, above this indigo light is a purple light emanating from the top or crown of your head. And this chakra represents your connection to your higher self, to the divine, whatever you consider your highest power. Here is where we allow spaciousness to connect to that higher power. And now, if you can, imagine you can see yourself, just these beams of light as they emanate and touch each other and get bigger and bigger and bigger. Imagine these beams of light as clearly and as vibrantly as possible. Allow a sense of relief and peace in knowing that you are completely open and capable of being balanced within your body at all times, holding that intention of being balanced and open at all times. And now letting go of that image and resting in Shavasana for however long feels appropriate for you. Pausing this recording if you need to. If you feel ready to get up, then you can gently start to move your body and deepen your inhales to bring you back into your body and this space that you're in. Very gently drawing the knees into your chest, rolling to your right side. Very gently making your way up to seated. Drawing your hands to heart in Anjali Mudra. The light in me honors the light in each one of you. Namaste. Be well, sweet yogis.